It's 3TT for the win. 3TT, yeah, you know we going in. 3 typical talkers, yeah, we like talking. And it's 3 black boys, so you know we all kick. Yo. Wagwan, we saying, you man good?
We're good, man.
Welcome to another episode of the 3 Typical Talkers podcast.
You know yourself.
What you man saying? It's MGP, you know the vibes. I'm here with...
It's your boy Mez, Big Mez, you know. It's Israel, man. Ghana's best export, you know. Ghana 4.
Wagwan boys, what you man saying? What you telling me? How's life?
Life is cool, man. Honestly, we just thank God.
Are you man cooked?
No. Cooked? No, I'm not even burst right now. I feel a little bit of waves there.
This guy's cooked, bro.
I might be cooked. Clearly you are, man. I might be cooked, you know. Clearly.
Elaborate. How's life in general, though?
Oh, okay. Life is good. Like, you know what I mean. Money's being made. You know what I mean. I feel like I'm finding my purpose. I feel like life is finally, you know, falling into place. You know what I mean?
That's good then.
So yeah, like that's all I can say about it, you know.
You, Michael.
I just thank God for providing. You know? Like I think there's always things always get better and that, innit? And it's like it doesn't even matter what your situation was, type of thing. You just have to just keep on pushing and like there's always gold at the end of the tunnel, you know. So it's like, just keep pushing, bro.
100.
What about you, man?
Me, yeah, life is good, man. I feel like I'm really becoming myself. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I'm not a master yet, but I'm becoming a master of like this life thing and like just decision making, knowing how certain things are gonna go and just making good decisions and stuff.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm seeing where I made mistakes last year.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it now, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that again.
I hear it.
And so,
that's good, man. That's what life is about, isn't it? Like, that's kind of why you make these mistakes.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
To learn from them.
Exactly. Like, if you're making the same mistakes over and over again, I question you.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's like, you're clearly doing this on purpose, but it's just kind of like, cop on, man. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're fine with making these mistakes, but then it's just kind of like, if you want change, like you can't keep on doing the same things, bro. Like it doesn't make sense. You know
that in itself is insanity, though. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different
change.
You know what I mean?
What do you think is gonna change? The only thing that's changing is the time and your age.
God knows.
Literally, so it's like
old.
Do you know what I mean?
Hairs like grey and uncle.
Soon they'll be calling me uncle, auntie.
Them ones there.
You know what I mean? Time waits for no man.
God knows, bro. God knows.
I feel like, yeah, man, it's just important to really find yourself, like actually like go through the journey of finding yourself, like with intention, you know. Don't just say that and like move mad and be like, oh yeah, sometimes I get angry, like
or because I'm young, or because I think it comes to a stage where it's like Stop making excuses and just do better, please. Like, because these excuses is like, why are you using the same excuse every single time? Like, sometimes change. Change.
Like, don't sabotage your future, boys.
Literally, like sometimes.
And
one thing I was saying is, it's almost as if it's become cool to not think before you act, or to not think at all. Or it's like literally, it's just sometimes it's like I can understand. Like people can be emotional and stuff, and it's like I can understand emotions can come to you quicker than logic, but it's like sometimes like just take a step back.
Do you know? I'm gonna be honest about this, right? I just feel like people who are emotional just chase feelings. Like obviously, maybe not in general. Some people are able to maybe be balanced, but there's certain people I know who are very emotional. Like even some of the boys or girls, like.
Some of the boys, some of them are just so.
You get
like,
me?
Is it that? Like, what's going on? Talk to me.
You get me?
Why are you so angry?
Chill,
like,
chill, bro.
Sometimes it's like, this anger, where is it coming from? Like, some do your chest like this. Relax.
Take it easy, man.
Sometimes take a chill pill, man.
For real. I feel like with people not being able to kind of just like function because of the fact they're emotional, it's just kind of like it's getting old, like, you know what I mean? You're only getting older, and it's like, are you going to become a dad or a mom who's just like axed off emotions?
Thank God you actually said this, because I think I was thinking about this the other day. It's like right now, like, because I feel like most of our viewers, like most of them are adults. Like I don't think children watch us right now or anything. And most people are in their 20s. Is that right now these like stages of your life are so crucial, because everything you do and think is going to mold you into the type of man and woman you're going to become. So sometimes, like, you actually just have to take a step back and ask yourself, what kind of man do I want to become, and what are the habits that he has? What type of woman do I want to become, and what are the habits that she has? Because it's like when it's time, one, you might not even get to the place you want to be because of your habits, and two, if you do happen to get to that place, is you just can't switch. Like, it has to be a build up of patterns, it has to be a build up of behavior, it has to be a build up of everything. Like, exactly. So it's like,
I agree with that.
So you just can't get there like naturally. Sometimes you have to progressively get to that stage.
Man,
so
I genuinely believe in the whole fake it till you make it, man. Like, especially with a lot of, when it comes to like self-development, working on yourself, like, you're not going to change in a day. But if you're saying you want to stop this habit, you're saying you want to stop being unreliable, or you're saying you want to stop being like distant from your friends, or whatever the case is, or like you're always late, or whatever you're saying you want to change, like, it's a journey that has to start.
It's
like
true.
A lot of people just say they want to do this, and
I remember, there's one person that I know at the start of the year that was saying, don't worry, after exams, this is, they're talking about their Christmas exams, or after my exams, I'm going to be in the gym, I'm going to do this and that. I promise you, from then to this day, every time I see the McDonald's in their hand, I'm just thinking,
or about the locks.
I'm thinking, you said gym. You never said, ever since then, you've never spoken about gym, but McDonald's, I see you every single time, and it's like, you cannot, do you get me? You cannot expect change if you don't do anything about it. It's like, you obviously wanted to go to the gym to get into better shape, but it's like, maybe you changed your mind, and I'm not going to ask you about it because it's none of my business, but it's just kind of like, at the same time, be careful of what you say to people, because it's like,
how do you, man, feel about holding the boys or holding your friends accountable? Because for me, bro, it's such a big thing, and I feel like that's what stops me from becoming friends with a lot of people, because I'm like, if I see traits in you that you tell me you want to work on, and then actively in front of me, you're doing the opposite.
bro.
I'm gonna call you out on it.
I'm gonna think that you're a bloody liar.
You get me? Like, why are you lying to me? Like, I'm your friend.
Exactly. Like, whenever you go to the gym or not, if you like, have that belly like a teeth. If you like, hold it. It's not my belly. Like, I don't give a rat's. So it's like, you don't have to lie to me. Like, sometimes some people is like,
they lie to themselves.
It's true, and it's like sometimes they say it out loud, and it's like, I don't like, just don't. But I feel like lately, because we've been saying this every single year, boys, when it comes to the gym, we hold each other accountable. And to be honest, we just started, to be fair. But there's even another, like, this is a bit out of topic, but do you guys know how to swim?
Not for us.
Of course. Because you don't, but like, swim for real, or you know how to move in water, there's a difference.
Like, I know how
some people just some people just don't know. Some people just know how to avoid drowning. You know what I mean?
I think.
But like, for the last 2 years, I say this because the last 2 years, I said to the boys, we're going to enroll in adult swimming classes, because I done swimming lessons, but I moved schools, so it's like my swimming lessons weren't complete. So like, I kind of know how to swim, but the last time I swam, I almost died, so I haven't tried again. I learned my lesson. So it's like, because I went cliff diving, that's a whole different situation. But so it's like, I've been saying to the boys, because I want to go jet skiing, but all the times, all the countries I've been to, I'm not going jet skiing, because if I fall,
float though.
I don't trust it. The time I almost drowned, I was wearing a life jacket. I don't believe in life jackets, I'll be honest, because I almost died wearing one. So it's like, how can I trust a life jacket when I almost died wearing one? So it's like, I don't care, because people keep on saying, I went jet skiing and I fell off and I was fine. Okay, that's you. But for me, I want to know, okay, cool, if I fall off, I'm chilling. So I've been saying to the boys, let's do adult swimming lessons.
Izzy, did he say that to you?
Not for us.
Nah, it's the boys that live close to me because of.
Did he say it to me? Oh no, he didn't say it to me.
Okay,
so you don't boys, bro.
It's like,
I see how it is.
You know what I mean?
I see how it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see how it is.
It's the boys that live close to me.
We're both wearing shirts. He's wearing a sweater.
Okay.
Whatever, bro. We're both wearing white shoes. He's wearing black. It's okay.
Nigga, get off my dick, bro. Anyways, my point is, I was saying to them, man, like, let's go swimming lessons for the last 2 years. I won't lie, if you don't go swimming this year, I won't lie, forget about it.
You gotta forget about it, boys.
Because it's like, what's actually
go by
the point?
yourself though.
Swimming lessons by myself.
Or
that's a
you
drag.
can though. You
can, but like that's just kind of weird. Like, I want somebody. I want to have that. You get me like, boy,
I know your plan.
before they go and put me on the news.
On a register, boy.
So them ones I would rather go with the boys in the boy. If them, don't worry, you guys can be my second option.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's even confirmed live.
Yeah,
you know what it is though.
You see, the next episode he might not be here.
You change it to talkers or what?
Two typical talkers, boys.
TTT.
For me, yeah.
the same.
For me, yeah. I think the reason why I didn't learn how to swim is because of my marriage, though. Because my mom,
same kind of.
yeah,
same,
she's a real conspiracy theorist. She said that we have a national aquatic center by the place I used to live in, so in Blanche. So, like I said, I remember like people in my school were going to, do their swimming lessons, but she said that you're not going because there could be poo-poo particles within the water that they do.
Yes.
People that don't wipe
But the
properly.
chlorine kills it, though. No, that's the whole
Chlorine,
point.
but she said she doesn't want me inhaling that and swallowing that. So I said,
She knows that son well.
Auntie, you didn't stop much.
She knows herself. Well, so I was like, okay, calm. And then I never learned. Then I went on holiday last year and I went to a water park. Me being me. Guy, I was just like, I remember when I fell into the water, bro. That's the most.
At this age,
I'm telling you, the way your body
life.
goes into flight or flight.
I was like, yo.
but it's like you don't even know how water feels like.
God knows.
Like, boy, it's a whole
Man,
different
you know
thing.
what?
Like,
I wouldn't judge any of you, man, if you started crying after.
Yeah.
if at that age, bro, you're an adult, bro.
But I was in front of my man, so I just said, look, okay, let me actually film. I grabbed, those like ropes that are there. I grabbed myself and I used all my willpower to pull myself up. I inhaled, I swallowed a bit of water as well. The water in my ears, boy.
I can imagine him like grabbing a little kid.
Just one kid floating face down by the end of it. That's fucked.
Use any living thing as a
Anything
floaty,
heavy,
bro.
bro.
I'm telling you, anything that's density, bro.
That's messed up, boys.
But I went like almost drowning actually, bro. That changed my whole perspective
for
of
real.
life.
I can
bro.
imagine.
For like the
It's
last 2 to 3 years, I was just like, wow.
It's horrific.
Have
It's
I
horrific.
ever almost died? Hey, a car crash.
Yeah.
Car crash.
Serious.
something you want to talk about?
Was it caused by your own driving?
No,
or
not
was it-
my own drive. One of the
fair.
boys, but my boy's still a pilot, though. You get.
He's clearly violent, but would you? Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's you go to right now, Aer Lingus, and the pilot tells you, okay, everything is good. I'm a good pilot, but there was one time that I won't lie.
Do you know what?
I lost an arm.
I'd still fly. I'd still fly
Nah,
because
you're right. Obviously, I've been in a whip with your boy, and he's calm. But obviously, it's just there's just a one-off moment in it. So.
yeah, man. Like
Before the driver, I say, Lord, I commend my spirit.
I would like there's some drivers, but you just have to just bless
you
yourself.
tell them stop, slow down. They're
know what I
not
mean?
listening. I'm like, bro,
I remember my
Chill,
driving done that pretty much time. Well, I know that nigga hated driving with me.
Yeah,
I always used to shout.
I don't like, bro. I don't like people who drive as if it's not real life.
Yeah.
bro. Like
I hate it though. I remember one of my boys was like,
boys.
one of my boys was like to me. This was when he was driving in the night as well, and this guy always used to like the speed. He was like, sometimes I just think to myself like, I actually can't believe I'm driving. Like, I'm just like wow, like this is actually me controlling this vehicle. I'm just thinking, I'm just looking. I'm just thinking,
bro, you good?
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking, how far am I away from home? I'm thinking, how long do I have to be in this game? Like, why you don't be be having these realizations when you're with me.
I will
have this when you're in bed or something. Like, not when my life is in your hands.
When you're not even driving, like
You get me? Like, at least park. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
I can't lie,
you always
bro.
used to like the speed. Oh my god.
Izzy, have you ever like had a near death ex? God forbid, bro.
Plenty, bro.
Plenty.
There was one time I almost fell out of a window when I was like 3.
Do you know that's the first thing I imagine.
I almost fell out of a window.
Clumsy ass.
And my mom was throwing out the bins, and then she literally came into the room just in time to just grab me back. I almost fell. And then there was one time I almost got.
What were you doing though? Why?
No,
It was tree, bro.
Like,
Which
I remember-
tree?
Yeah, like 2.5 tree. Yeah, so I was just like,
So you've just been like this your whole life.
I was a bit curious. You know what I mean? I was just trying to see how far I was.
Nah, I hear it, bro.
The other one I think I've almost been run over plenty of times. Bro. Almost been run over by.
Yeah, I feel like most people have almost been run over though.
I almost fell out of a moving car. No, I opened the car when my mom was on a roundabout and almost fell out. But that was just like, I don't know.
Even last year,
impulsive, bro.
Stop. Even last year, I almost even died. I almost forget my accident. Remember when I fell off the truck? At work. You know, for the like at least 3 to 4 months, I was having like I won't call it nightmares because I was
PTSD,
awake.
bro.
Literally, like there's just times where it's like I'll just have flashbacks into like, because it's like sometimes when people ask me about that, it's like I don't fully
acknowledge it as much
I don't
as you
remember
should.
it. To be honest, like I have a memory of it, but it's like I have a memory. It's almost like an out of body thing. It's like but I can never even forget because even in that moment, the amount of aura I lost, bro. Because I was like, in my moment, I was like, oh fuck. Because I don't know, for some reason, because obviously I worked for a pharmaceutical company in that moment in time, so it was there was other people in different departments that I worked with closely. For some reason they were in the room when they were assessing me, so I remember I kept on I think they were just checking to see if I was good or not or whatever. But there was moments where I was coming in and out of consciousness. I saw the fine shit, I just went back to sleep.
What the hell?
And I'm like bro, like why are they here? What did they have to do anything? Like god damn, go back to work. I'm thinking, like, you're not meant to see me like this, move. The amount of aura I lost, bro, was crazy. But it's like it was even my last day of the job, though. So I actually never went back to work after that day.
Should I say this whole story?
Say it.
Okay, for the plot.
Bro.
So this car, something that happened, the incident that happened was after a little event or whatever, and there was hose in the car still. Like there was 2 of them.
It's always in front of the hose, man. I think it was even one of the girls at work that caught me on the floor, because obviously I was just lying on the floor because I was gone. Like, so
your mask could have been like,
but I was probably, bro, I was mashed up.
My position like this.
But I wasn't lying on the floor, bro. I was mashed up, man. It's always in front of the girls that you kind of like, bro.
But we literally, like, this was the first day we met them, and to this day we're really close with them, like, surprisingly, bro.
Of course, I'm bound to get up for life.
You get me, like,
bound to get up for life.
I'm like survivors, bro. Like,
literally.
So anytime we see each other, it's all love and all, and like,
well, you better be.
Yeah, you get me. Well, it basically happened like this. Bro was sending it, and then the car like flipped over in it, and like. The PTSD I got from that situation was that anytime, because it was peak enjoyment before like it happened. So music was playing, everybody's talking really loudly, everyone's so excited. I even remember I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I hate that every time I hear that song now. Bro, like just trauma, bro. And I remember hearing that song playing, and then everything went quiet. I just heard the vroom.
So what was everyone's reactions? Were people screaming in the car?
Nah, it was silent, bro. Bro, everything was like.
But you know when you're focusing on not to die, you can't make noise.
Bro, you just quiet. Everybody okay? Okay. That's literally what happened,
like,
bro. I was just
noise.
like, everyone good?
That's peak.
Go out. You get me? Sorted everything out. Like, it could have been so much worse. And then after that, like, anytime I was in a car and I wasn't driving, oh my god,
I feel like a co-pilot.
I couldn't close my eyes. Like, if I was like, usually I like to roll back so I can't really see like the front properly. Anytime I try to do that and I'm like resting, I just every few seconds, bro. Like,
I don't trust nobody,
like,
bro.
Well, after a while it weared off, so thank God, man.
PTSD is a real thing,
bro.
It is. Like it's real, like, bro.
All the people who are like about that life, like that, bro. I genuinely like. I do empathize with them to a certain extent because it's like, obviously I know it's not the best way to live life, but some of them don't have a choice. You get me? And like, when you're in that life and you're constantly in fear of life, not feds. Like, you're not scared of feds. You're scared of everyday, like, not everyday people, but your ups in it. Like they could pull up on you at any time, and that's what you're worrying about.
That's why they're always screwing everybody that comes to their neighborhood like this, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it kind of does.
Bro, why the hell were niggas screwing each other in church today, bro?
That's crazy.
I'm just thinking like,
Easter Sunday as well.
Oh, what are you gonna do, bro?
Yeah, at this point
In my
It
father's
wasn't
house.
even me though, but it was like one of the
Yeah.
boys was saying, "Why is he looking at me like this?" I'm just thinking,
Like, give it a
let's
rest.
just.
Maybe-
This is church, like.
Give it a rest at
Maybe,
God's house. like.
he's trying to convict you.
Nah,
Maybe-
because this particular person, this is just what he does. But I'm just
Yeah,
thinking,
like-
you're bringing this type of behavior to church. It's
church,
kind of pathetic. I'll be
It's
honest.
very
Like,
wet,
do you
let's
know
be
what?
real.
I feel like young people in church these days, I feel like it's an interesting topic we should discuss right now.
yeah, nah, God, let's go.
Oh,
bro.
what do you think about how active youth are in the church, or let's say, do you feel like over the last maybe 10 years, do you feel like there's been a decline?
I feel like
Or
I can only speak
income?
about myself
I would say
personally.
so.
I feel like obviously we grew up in the same church, innit? And I think growing up I was like heavily involved in where I could be. Like I was like, if they ever needed a usher or like security or holy police, I was there. Even speaking in tongues started at a young age, like praying, and all this type of stuff. Like I was quite into it, and as I grew, it was just kind of. It started to kind of decline, like here and there. But it's like sometimes when these things are happening, you're not noticing till something happens that makes you notice. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And it's like even now, it's like I took like a long-ish break from church. Obviously, when I stopped going to the church that I was raised in,
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Why?
I think people that went to that church know why. You know why. to be
I
honest.
don't-
The reason why was I feel like they started. So when I stopped, so a couple of years ago, there was a period in time where people started to like we're going from being young to being adults, and it's like so now if you like certain things like you want to grow your hair, you do that. You want to get earrings, you do that. But that church wasn't having it, and they were calling it a sin. They were doing this and that, and it's just kind of like, if you don't like something because of culture and because of,
Say it's because
do you know what I mean? Say it's because it's like religion and culture are two separate things. Don't
Yeah.
put them together. And when you're putting it together, that's when we're gonna have issues because we're not stupid. The same Bible that you have, we have access to it as well.
Exactly.
So if you're saying certain things are sins,
And
but
you're
it's not
searching out
showing up in the Bible. It's just kind of like,
We're not hearing that.
like where
Your
is it? It's like,
credibility,
do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like if you don't like something, just say you don't like it. Stop.
hear
But at the same time, would you say that nobody's perfect? Like,
It's true, but it's like they put all of that energy. Like I remember there's times where they used to ridicule people, and that's one thing about that church. I feel like they used to ridicule people a lot in front of other people, and it's like I remember there's one time I don't know if you were there, but I remember one of the boys he got braids, right? But I want like he done extensions. I want like the braids were long. He looked like a bad bitch. Sorry, bro.
Used
but
wool,
he did.
didn't he?
Like I don't even know what he used, but they were long anyways.
Yeah,
So I remember this was
makes
on Christmas, right? They called him to one of the back rooms. Yeah, they got some of us as well. I don't know if you were there. Were you there for that? They called like maybe like 10 of his mates. No, like 5-7 of his mates into a back room. They made us form a circle. They stood in the middle with him, and they were like, "Look at all of your friends. They all have respectable hairstyles and this and that. Why are you doing this? Why have you chosen to do this? Are you a woman? Da, 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 da." They're just going at him, and I'm like, bro, on Christmas, like, give it a break.
That's
and it's just
so
kind of
weird.
like,
do you know what it was? Yeah, and it's actually so sad that they did that, right? I genuinely think that there wasn't anyone. Like, we're the first ones to go through that and come out on the other side.
Because these other lot, the ones that are 15, 13, that all have long hair, they don't know.
Yeah, what?
Like, they don't know what we went through. The ones that have piercings and stuff, they don't know what we went through for them to
Yeah.
even
Be able
accept
to-
this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Breaking
So
down
it's
barriers.
like, for those people that are wondering why, it's just kind of, it's like, I feel like there was too much judgment in the one place that there shouldn't be judgment.
Yeah.
And it's like even the times where like I've stopped going and I pop my head through and stuff is like, I won't lie, I can't.
uncomfortable.
I was so uncomfortable.
Do you
like, I
know?
can't
Do you
go
know?
back, to be
If
honest.
I'm being honest, I definitely understand that, right? And I think it comes from a personal place of your, like, maybe trauma that you had that you may not have made as big of a deal back then, but really like did affect you.
Like,
if you
it's
get me.
your understanding now because it's just kind of like you're an adult.
It's
You
like
should have known better.
how did I let that happen? How did I let them?
How did they even?
You
Why
get
did they
me?
even think it was okay to
It
do
was
that?
okay to
and
do
it's
that,
just
yeah.
like it's like now they have like now I have gotten used to that place not feeling like home, and other places feeling more welcoming. So it's like the fact that I feel more welcome than other places than the place that I was raised is obviously going to it's going to raise issues.
What about forgiveness though?
I forgive them.
So like forgive and forget.
How can I forget?
I forget.
You can't forget those things.
You don't think?
That's
Like you're not dumb. Like you.
Because
That's
like,
suppression. I don't think suppression is healthy at all.
I've been like I was there when that stuff was going on. You get me? And
But you left and came back though.
I didn't really ever leave.
You
I
stopped
just
going.
I didn't. It wasn't anything to do with the church,
but obviously once you take that step back and you kind of come back, it's like we're not the same person in it, so we're always going to have two different experiences and two different like realities and stuff.
My point is that like there is ways that they've been.
Oh no, they've definitely changed. But
And I know they've changed it. Let me land. Let me land. Yeah, there's ways that they've been. Yeah, that's like. Even now, there's definitely certain things that I'd say it's hard for me to forget, but ultimately I'm just kind of like, they've learned now. Like the people that they are right now in front of me is very different to who they were. The same way I'm different. And it's like, you have to, I feel like it's important to acknowledge that because they're not, God forbid, but they're still alive. You get me? Like they're living, they've changed, and being able to see the older generation actually make the efforts to change when we know how they used to be. To me, that's kind of enough. Like if I
to be honest, when you put it like that, like it's true.
You know what I mean?
But I'm still not like I think one day I can, but it's like it's not even like at the end of the day I didn't choose that church. That was the church that my mom chose.
You were born into.
Exactly. I wasn't born there, but I was there from like from toddler age, from a pretty young age. So it was like that's the church that my mom chose. If it was up to me, chances are I probably would not have chose that church. So it's like now that I'm at the age to choose my own church, I'm gonna choose it, and that's what I've done. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and it's like even when I go there, it's like it just doesn't feel right. Like even when you say that they've changed it, that it's true they have changed, and God knows they have. Like, but it still doesn't feel like a place that. It's like I don't. It doesn't
that's
feel
just
like
old
home.
trauma because
Possibly.
I definitely feel the same thing, bro. Like there's certain things like these four walls, like just being in a certain environment that made you feel a certain way that was never really specifically addressed. It's like I'm just getting over this in my own time, without any like assistance or like any acknowledgement of what I went through. But then it's like knowing that, like you see the guy who they did that to, knowing that that's his actual experience, and like what happened to me might not have been that bad, but it's like, do you know what I mean? Like kind of the weight of whatever I experienced compared to other people, and there's other people who've experienced, whatever
far worse, and they still go to that church, which is obviously their decision. Is like obviously, like that's not the only reason why, but I still like my main point is I feel like chances are I may not have chose that. It's still a good church, like honestly, like it's still a good church, but I feel like up until recently they didn't focus on the right youth things as much as they should have. And like, obviously the church that I go to right now like is a youth church, so it's like the pastor is really down to earth, and like the fella comes in, he'll come in with jeans, a polo and Air Max 95s, like the guy's like mad down to earth, and it's like it's easier to want to listen to somebody like that, and even like the way he speaks, he's more relatable, and he's just more like
let me ask something. I want to ask you about this, but you can answer as well. What do you think about Pastor Toby?
Yeah, look, you didn't ask me first.
Oh my God,
for ages.
What do you think?
Look, I think he's a cult leader. Let's be very honest here, boys.
Okay.
Like, what he utilized.
Okay. Straight into the deep end.
Just like, damn.
You can't even warm it up. You can't even warm it up a little bit. You can't even warm it up a little bit.
Nah, you have to go to the deep end, boys. I feel like what he does, like, look at the amount of money he has, like, look at
bastard money, bro, like,
you know what I mean, look at how he flaunts wealth, like, you can very clearly see that I mean,
It's not
in
the
a
only
way,
pastor that flaunts wealth. Though.
yeah, but you can tell that he's made it his god in a way. Do you know what I mean?
You think so?
I also feel like even the method of how they praise the Lord is interesting. Like,
Everybody, show your drip.
do you know what I mean? Or showing their red bottoms. Like, I feel like it's
dope.
very. I don't know. I don't really see that as teachings from the Lord.
You just don't really value that method of
Showcasing
preaching
religion and preaching and stuff
yeah.
like that. Even with me, my situation is different. I like, even growing up, I went to one church for maybe since I was young. I've been actually church hopping for time. Like, I don't think like the longest church I was with was probably from like 6 to like 13.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Then from there it's been like different churches all the time. So I don't think I've had built a solid foundation and connection with any church since I was a child. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was, I won't even name the churches, but there was one church I was up until 4. I went to another for 2 years, then one which was my main for ages. And once I went to England, it was just whatever
Different,
church. And even with that, the amount of times we would go to church started to dwindle a lot. You know what I mean? So even now, currently, I don't even really go church like that.
I was gonna ask,
you know?
like, do you even go to church or not?
Nah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't go to church. Like, last time I went consistently was probably like 2018, 2019.
But one thing that I did realize today is like one thing that was kind of like a reality shock to me is like being in church and they say go to the Bible. Obviously, like most Bibles are on our phone. Being in church, they say go to your Bible and you have to re-download the app.
Yeah.
Do you know that feeling? I know you want you know. You know that feeling? You have to press like that little cloud with the line is inside there. You have to press it.
It's peak.
You're thinking, wow, I'm even because I was like, damn,
Who am I?
I didn't even know that. I'm thinking, wow, you don't even realize that you've allowed it to get to this point. You have to re-download the Bible app in church.
It's true.
And you know the internet is not the fastest.
It's
So by the time you even download
the verse is
it,
finished, boys.
you just have to wait for the next time. Oh god,
bro.
when that happens, you're just like, wow, like I need to pull up my socks, bro. Like,
Yeah, for real. I don't know.
flipping out.
Even with my religious journey, I feel like, I don't know, I can comfortably say like maybe I've backslidden. No, not maybe. I definitely have. Let me not lie to you.
Definitely, but it's a journey though.
It's a journey, but I think I was at my most religious up until maybe I hit 14.
I feel like, but my opinions on that is because children are impressionable.
Innocence.
And impressionable.
That
like you tell them to
innocence,
do
bro.
something, they'll do it. You have less life challenges. You like
It's true.
Like
We're
like,
sheltered.
We are. So
Very,
it's just kind of like the more life hits you and this and that, it's easier for not easier, but it's like the likelihood of you to kind of like fall out of your routines and backslide and
this is where this is where it's like, you know what the right thing to do is, but you're not ready
actively
to do
choose
it.
Yeah,
the
bro,
opposite.
literally.
Because I feel like with that, it's like, you know, God
Yeah.
is supposed to solve that for you. Like,
real.
it's like that stress of getting older and more pressure and all. Like, that's I guess the essence of, you know, like your faith and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, it is a journey, because I do feel like sometimes, if I'm being honest, like I don't like to judge, but like I'm only human.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if I see something, I'm going to feel a certain type of way about it. I'm not going to hold it against like an individual person.
Yeah.
But like when I see certain like, because obviously there's goods and there's good things and there's negative things. And when I see good things, it's motivational. You get me?
Yeah.
But when I see negative things, it kind of like, it's off-putting, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like seeing certain people who are supposed to like, you know, uphold a certain ideology or belief system. And it's like, my interactions with them don't feel pleasant. Like, I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to like talk to people who are supposed to, you know, be evangelizers and be trying to like bring people to Christ and bring people to religion and faith. And it's like, I'm interacting with you and I feel uneasy. I feel like, you know, uncomfortable, or I feel like I'm being kind of like scrutinized or something, or judged or whatever, like looked down upon, you know, all those, like,
That's why there's certain adults, I'm so sorry, but I can just never rate you again. Just due to the fact of, if I ever felt like you were judging me as a child or as somebody that just clearly didn't know any better, or even somebody that was trying,
Yeah.
and you are judging me as an adult, it's just kind of like, you know way better. If I know this at my age, and you're probably twice my age, right, as the age that I am right now, you have kids, you have this and that, it's just kind of like,
should have known.
these things should not have happened, and the fact that they happen is so disappointing, because it's like, bro, and it, like, that's one, from a very young age, I realized that just because somebody is an adult does not mean that they're mature at all. And it's like, it's so crazy to me, because it's like how
I had to grow up for you not to be able to chat to me the way you used to chat to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, bro, if I...
And it's like, that's why it's like, okay, this even goes back to the way you said some of these people have changed. That's why it's like, have they really changed, or have we just gone older and they can't violate the way they used to violate? Like, you have to ask yourself that question.
But it's a bit of, they can't violate because we're older, and that could possibly make them change and make them realize...
Change to you. But just to change to you doesn't mean that they've changed as a person. They've just changed how they act towards you. It doesn't necessarily mean
that, but it's also possible that because they realize that, oh my gosh, I was this age once and I know how I felt then, so I'm going to back off, because when I was that age,
just giving them the benefit of the doubt. There's no way everybody acts like this.
It's definitely, it is giving them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah,
sometimes, no, the time. Sometimes you have to call a spade, bro. You're a bad person. So
I do hear. I do think that, for me personally, there's a few, like, there's only a few people in life where it's like, it's not even like it's a grudge, but it's just like, I don't really ever want to talk to you. Like, no bad blood. I just don't ever really want to talk to you.
Yeah, because it's like, you've just ruined it.
Do you get me? Certain decisions you made when you were old, you've been older than me my whole life, and you've made decisions that I wouldn't make at any age I've been, which has always been younger than
or like, you've treated people in ways that I would never do. So for that reason alone, the fact is that I already know what you know, like, exactly. Like, I already know from that, like, we just wouldn't gel. Like, we just wouldn't. And it's morally, like, I can forgive you and stuff, but it's like, you can't forget. Like, I think you can't expect people to forget, because at the end of the day, like, you're not going to be affected by these things the way I am. So for you to be like, forget, it's just kind of like, it's selfish, because it's like the toll that took on me is the toll that it took on me. So it's like, how can you expect me to act like, you can't? Honestly, I don't believe in forgive or forget. Unless somebody bang your leg like this, soft tap, okay, cool, I can forgive and forget. But something that actually, like, affected me for days on end, or months, is that, how can you expect me to forget?
This might be a mad segue, but this is not a dating podcast, but
we'll never be in the allegations, bro.
Man, people are saying we should just be a dating, but
no, podcast licenses.
Anyways,
us though. But if we get 10 likes, no. If we get one like on the next video, we'll be a dating podcast.
What was I gonna say?
You said about dating.
You were saying about so basically, when you feel something for someone and they don't feel it back, like, navigating that, because whatever you were saying was just making me like
leave.
Okay. Yeah.
If somebody doesn't reciprocate the energy, it's not worth it. Sometimes I remember I was watching a video, right, about
sorry.
This is a bit brain rot, but
I just meant, how do you navigate, like, your relationship with that person? Is it just leave?
It depends. Is this somebody that you maybe have a friendship with, that is slowly becoming less of that and into something else, or someone that is...
Yeah, you see his face. I caught him.
What was he doing?
You can relate.
Is this something that someone that you have a relationship with already, or somebody that you don't?
I think, okay, so my view is that...
Answer my question before you tell me.
Okay, because it's complicated.
Okay.
My view is that you can have a relationship with anyone. Yeah. I think any, like, female, like, that you find attractive and meets your criteria, like, you can end up marrying them.
It's true, but sometimes I believe is like, sometimes I feel like this is most likely, it's mostly a guy thing, but sometimes a lot of guys put themselves in situations, like, you allow yourself to like a girl that you know that was probably never going to like you.
It's true.
So it's like, when you do that, you put yourself in a position of, you know damn well that
you're risking your dignity.
Literally, and it's like, you're putting yourself on the line way too much, and it's like, buddy, was never gonna end well, man.
And do you know why that's
was
the
never
case?
gonna be you, bro.
Why?
Like,
Do you know why it's the case? It's because they lack a lot of self-respect for themselves.
literally, like if you stand on business and it's like, as soon as this girl doesn't feel me the way I feel her, move on to the next.
Should I expose my boy? Should I expose my boy?
Don't do
Should I
that.
expose my boy?
Let's leave it.
That's how this
Leave it for
video
today,
will just
innit?
blow for no reason,
Oh
and then we
my
start getting
gosh.
mad.
For real.
Self-respect.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
bro.
it's like I've been in that position before where it's like you are interested in somebody that isn't interested in you back. And like the most important thing for you to realize in that situation is that, bro, the world keeps spinning, bro. Like I remember I
she's
used
not
to,
the only girl,
you're
bro.
not the only. Like
Another girl will break your heart, bro.
bro,
I mean,
eventually in time, like I remember going through it, then I'd check my snap and then I'd see videos of them in their and then they're just bossing joke, they're enjoying themselves.
Get me, they're watching
You know what I
Netflix
mean?
and I'm
You know?
crying.
Like at the end of the day, like what I'm feeling through now, like what I'm going through now, like it
Tough
doesn't
times
mean
never
shit.
last.
Get
God
me.
knows.
Only
So-
tough people last.
For real, it doesn't mean anything to them. Like it's like, bro, they've already gone past that situation, and you should go past.
A part of me feels like it's all traumas. Like people either like you meet people the way you lose people the way you meet them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you meet someone where it's like you're giving them all the energy, eventually it's like they're not gonna give you any energy, and that's how you lose them. You know what I mean? And I feel like then it creates a vicious cycle of them like someone, let's say you could be interested in someone and they're not interested in you, and then they're interested in someone and the person they're interested is not interested in them, and it's just a cycle of
Some of you
people
guys are getting second-hand attention.
Do you know
bro.
what I mean?
Or like you're getting attention that somebody else didn't want,
a
so
part
that's
of
why
me
they have
feels-
the attention
do
to
you
give it
get
to
me?
you.
bored, bro.
Like I feel like they kind of like some people, like guys and girls, like some people like when like they want someone and the person doesn't want them. That
I would never
confuses me.
understand.
I'm like, do you think people who are like that have self-respect, or
They have
or
a
am I
lack of
bugging?
it. I feel like they have very crumbs.
You need to
crumbs of self-respect.
question your
life.
everything, to be honest, because it's
lying.
like what, like I can understand as humans, right? We like to chase things, and it's probably like primate instincts and stuff. Having things that don't feel as attainable or But it's like when it comes to there's certain things that you just shouldn't bring into your love life, or you shouldn't bring into how you view relationships.
I think a lot of people suffer from Stockholm syndrome.
Where it's like they fall in
You
love
fall
with
in love with the
kidnappers.
person that
Like I feel like
it?
like obviously it's unfortunate that there's toxic people in the world.
Yeah.
And anybody who comes across a toxic person has felt the effect of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes with certain people, if they don't wake up, they get used to that, and then
Yeah.
instead of them seeing red flags as red flags and leaving, they see red flags as comfortability.
Now, one thing I've noticed, it's like I feel like I've been so healthy in the way I've had my relationships with women, that the women that are used to toxic relationships, I appear as to be soft to them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
as soon as any girl calls me soft, I won't like, that's my trigger word. Because it's like, I know that I'm not. I'm just healthy. Like, I'm not
get
going to
me?
shout at you.
Secure.
I'm not going to tell you to do this or that. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to do
get
nothing.
me?
Do what you want to do. You're a fully grown
You
woman.
get me?
If you don't act right, that's all on you. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. So
your
it's like,
own.
if you feel like I'm soft, okay, do you know what else is soft? The air. The air that's there when I'm gone. Like what? Like
I
what?
can't lie, bro.
It's like rubbish. Like, whoa, do you know? Like, this has actually happened to me too many times. Oh, you feel so soft. And there's another thing that happened, right? Is I
I
remember.
feel like someone's gonna call you sassy for that, but
Maybe. I don't care.
It's
Call me
fine.
sassy. I'm Yoruba. Like, it's part of my.
type.
it's
I said,
part of
call
my-
me sassy in Yoruba. That's crazy.
I said, call me sassy. I'm Yoruba. Like,
Oh,
they're my fault, bro. But you see what it is. Another thing that another thing I realized was I was saying like it to someone sometime that I don't like stress or like any woman that's gonna give me stress, I won't like leave.
Avoid it.
Apparently, like somebody was saying that's feminine. I'm just I feel like sometimes I feel like certain people reveal the red flags in the most dumbest ways.
do
'cause
you know what it
that's
is?
so
Wait, do
poor.
you know what it is, right? Like if we want to be like, call a spade, black and white, yeah, cool. Like if people want to run that narrative, run it both ways, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if guys are not meant to react to anything, we're meant to be, stoic and just a rock
Emotionless.
all the time, emotionless and all those things. What's our partner supposed to be like?
Yeah.
And are you fitting that description? If you're not, then you can't chat. If you are, then cool, you're allowed to have those
I was just
opinions.
saying the world is already hard enough for men.
Yeah.
So it's like when you go home or when you're talking to your partner, you want to have that type of, to kind of step out of your reality and to at least talk to somebody that's not going to stress you. But if the world is stressing you and your partner is stressing you, bro, you're going to run mad.
Yeah.
Who wants to run mad? Like, bro, your eyes will be red all the, you look knackered, bro. Your eyes will be red all the time. You be having white at the side of your mouth. You be like, there'll be so, you just
angry,
bro, you get me? Like, you lose the plot. So it's like, that's why it's like, I don't know why, like, one thing I'll never understand why people take pride in being stressful or being a headache or being a handful. I'll never understand both ways. This isn't like subject to any gender.
cringe.
I will never understand why people take pride in being toxic. I'll never understand why people will take pride in unhealthy ways to deal with certain situations or unhealthy ways with like to display their emotions or whatever.
It's literally it's trauma. Like some people are so traumatized that like the Stockholm syndrome thing is like you see the beauty in the ugly. Like this thing that is so horrible, you're like, but like he loves me or she loves me or she cares or she did this though, she did that, and it's always you get into the habit of making excuses to justify why you
Poor behavior.
Do you get me? Like, and it's like you shouldn't need that much reassurance or justification to be with someone. Do you know what I mean? It should simply be because you chose to. And people are not choosing enough. People are being led by their
once you realize how easy relationships should be, you stop allowing so much rubbish, bro.
You stop worrying about it as well.
Yeah, like relationships, like if you're really like as compatible with somebody as you should be, or if you're really as linked with someone as you should be, like certain things shouldn't be a headache. Certain things should come to you naturally. Like a relationship should flow naturally most of the time. Like obviously there's going to be phases where things are a little bit rocky. You might have to kind of like crank it with your hand a little bit, but I feel like things should flow naturally.
Yeah, and look, any person, this could be man or woman, who is impacting your peace of mind, is there any real point in being with that person? You know what I mean? I've got to snip through it,
or even smack them to the side.
You know what I mean? Drop it, bro. At this point,
anything, just remove, man.
Just avoid that at all costs, man. Because I'm realizing certain people are leeches. You know what I mean? And they're either leeches because they don't have and they want, or they're leeches because they're greedy,
or because they can.
You get me? Like for the plot or whatever. Like, and it's like you have to really evaluate things and be like, is this the type of people I want in my life? Again, like I like to be future oriented when it comes to like my values, and like, are these gonna be my values when I have kids or when I have a family? If you want to have a family, if you want to have kids, or even if you just want to be stable in the future, it's like, are these people or these things that you're going through right now going to help you get there? And is it going to be advice that you give in your, is it autobiography?
You're asking the wrong person.
Which one?
I wouldn't know.
That H1 is for fake H1.
I don't know.
It's not real H1.
They wanted it. They wanted a H1. They couldn't get it.
But look at you, H1, and what do you have?
Autobiography. I'm not too
autobiography
sure.
is the one that Auto.
I think it's like,
It's your life story.
Right? Yeah.
It's your life story.
Was that the one that you write or someone else writes for you?
You write, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
A biography would be something that somebody else wrote, isn't it?
I think
fair
it might
enough.
be wrong.
Which one that's?
Yeah. So like
too late
if,
now.
if certain things don't align with like your story, and if it doesn't align with your purpose and you're doing it, it's like,
No point.
what's really the point?
It's true.
No,
and I feel
point in
like
expending that
one
effort.
last thing about the relationship thing is like, at the end of the day, there's really only one relationship that matters, and that's the person that you marry. Everything else was just a part of your past.
Just
to be
noise.
It's
honest.
just a memory. Even I
Literally
heard
just
it on
noise.
a podcast, like, the relationships you have with certain like people of the opposite sex are like intangible, and there's only a few tangible ones. A few being your wife, and maybe like I'd say your daughters or your sisters,
obviously
the
that.
women in your life, and then every other like kind of partner or fling or relationship is like it's always gonna end up being a memory, and it's gonna be a distant memory. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if some of us are in situations right now, like, it might not always be the case, innit? Like, So everything is going to become a memory unless it's the person you end up marrying. So
Exactly.
like, does it really matter?
Like it matters in the sense of you learn lessons from it and stuff, because these, like, your lessons do make you as a person, but they can break you as well. So it's like, it really just depends. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like one thing that people always think about is you only you're only mindful of the people that you sleep with, but you're not mindful of the people that you keep around. Because even in the Bible, it says you should guide your heart. So it's like you need to also be mindful of the type of people.
Emotional cheating.
Like literally, bro.
Emotional cheating.
Even just be mindful of the type of people you just have around, the people you share your energy with, the type of energy you give out, the type of energy you take in. Be mindful of it, because it's like these things is like sometimes you can tell with anyone, sometimes you can just tell Crazy when people have been, not even that, but you can tell when people have been in certain situations, like traumatic situations, or that they've just been around rubbish because of
I think I can see when people have crazy eyes a bit. They kind of like
they look
a little bit.
bro. Or like you just
jaundice.
I can tell headlights, bro. Like it just look like a safety hazard, bro. Like I don't know, like you can just flip at any moment. Like they're just itching to just crash out, bro. So it's like,
well, I miss my innocent view on like, bro, like, you know, like having a childhood crush, like that kind of innocent, like you're not really thinking about it in any type of way. You just happen to like, oh, she's like interesting,
pretty.
Like she's pretty.
I can never forget my
childhood crush was Lauryn Hill, Sister Act 2.
Yeah, that's a very solid one. Let me not even lie to you. She was looking good, that movie.
You get me. I think she was of age, so it's okay for you to say that.
Yeah, fair enough.
My one was my friend's babysitter back in the day.
Serious?
She's even a
That one close and personal?
prophetess now.
Hey,
Even.
oh.
I even said, wow.
Was she?
Like them ones there, I
Okay.
stopped seeing her for a time. I only started seeing her again on social media like 2 years ago. She comes back as a prophetess.
Auntie.
You're doing well. Highly blessed. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Who's your childhood crush?
Kiki Palmer, boys.
I want that same on
Kiki
mine, but when she
Palmer,
was on, what was that show on Nickelodeon?
True Jackson
True
VP.
Jackson.
Yeah, bro.
My one is when she was on Jump In. Do you remember that movie on Disney Plus? No, Disney Channel. Yeah.
Or no,
Jump In. Where they were doing
the skipping rope.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I remember that one still.
I just looked at her. I just said,
I remember this spelling bee.
"Spelling bee."
Yeah, was that
Wow.
Kiki? I think it was.
She was a fashionista in the Nickelodeon one.
Oh,
Like, she was a
okay.
fashion
Oh, yeah,
designer.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she was probably, I don't know, she just stood out to me. Like she just stood out to me.
Another
for
one
the
was
first time.
Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah.
Rihanna was more.
I think would that be more of a like a awakening, like yo, girls are leng, like a more of a sexual awakening. or-
Why is it every time sex?
Sexual something.
Let's not bring sex into this.
Easy, chill out, man.
For the first time, you got one sensation in your chest. Like,
Yes, does you just style you everything. You're just feeling so fuzzy.
Yeah,
just a little
dancing. Oh,
just a little Arnie. You know what I mean?
Oh, screaming.
So it was what Rihanna, yeah.
I feel like Miley Cyrus as well.
What boys? Yeah. Wow. Oh, sorry.
That's so, you know your life.
Sorry.
But I had the same reaction.
Okay, then I guess not. Like,
I had the same reaction.
Sorry,
Oh
I
my
just-
days.
damn nigga,
I
go for
reckon
that.
balls. Hey, man.
Miley's as in like in Hannah Montana. Like,
That's fair. That's fair.
Was that I for me would like a crush, no? Or was that like you like, oh my gosh?
nah, crush, like Hannah Montana's on. Oh yeah, don't change the channel.
Wow.
Don't change the
Wow.
channel.
Now, do you remember that movie, The Road to El Dorado, boys?
What?
The Road to El Dorado.
Was
where
that
it's
not
like
a cartoon?
it was a cartoon. Yeah, it was
Izzy,
a
what are
cartoon.
you about to say?
Boys. Come on, bro. I feel like if you
I know this
this
nigga definitely had a crush on Jessica Rabbit.
Nah, that's crazy. I didn't even know who Jessica Rabbit
You
was.
definitely had a crush on Jessica Rabbit.
I didn't even know
what's her name? Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny. Oh,
What?
yeah. I didn't know.
I
Okay, just
trust
a
you.
little-
I
Who's
know
Lola Bunny?
You know
She's,
the
Bugs Bunny's wife, innit?
oh his missus, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Of course,
no,
bro.
But let me land. Let me
Oh,
land.
I know your type, bro. I know your type.
What the hell?
I know your type.
Do you
I know your
remember thing? So the Road to El Dorado is like these two Spanish
Yeah,
explorers,
Spaniards, yeah.
and they
don't know
basically
if I know
find
that.
like an Aztec city of gold, and then one of the Aztec women. Good.
And this was a
God
cartoon.
Damn it.
Good.
Was this
The
a
way-
cartoon?
Yeah, she was a
No,
cartoon.
you're
but-
giving people fuel to be saying rubbish.
Yeah, no, but in fairness, I feel like a lot of people will agree with
Okay,
the
fair
this
enough.
because this, like, if you know the way she was shaped, it was mad, bro. This was the first time watching it. I was like, whoa.
You're on your own here, but
Nah. Yeah, I feel like
When niggas are looking at me funny when I said Hannah Montana.
if you agree with me, please thumbs up this video, I beg. You know what I mean? And then comment as well. Because
Watch this be the lowest view video. Everything, low stats, low everything. You're on your own.
was 17 views.
I can't even think of anyone for real.
Yes.
Nothing is coming to my head. Oh, Megan Good. But like,
Good, yeah, fair.
Yeah, but that's even a crush now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
till this
even-
day,
Forget
bro,
childhood.
till this day.
Still
I
now,
can't
still
lie.
standing strong. If you talk about crushes now, like my list will be long.
I only have one.
do you know? Yeah,
have a
like
list.
it's
I only
hard
have
for
one.
me to like
For crushes
actually-
now.
Yeah, to like see someone and even it's
No, but I mean like celebrity crushes now, not like crushes like day to day.
You have a celebrity crush now?
not really. Like, I don't really. I
I
don't
have
feel
one.
for that.
Who's yours?
Arya Starr, of course. She's
Oh, really?
just stunning.
My list is. Let me drop this quote.
This guy.
So there's
Hey, memories.
Coco
Sorry, I
Jones.
thought you were
Coco
going to-
Jones.
Coco Jones, Catherine Jones, she's there. Ira Star, she's there.
Yeah.
Thames is there.
Yeah.
Boys. You know we started this episode talking about church.
Church. This is just what we feel in our hearts,
Women.
lads. This isn't lost. This isn't lost. We're just
When they say
appreciating
women, is a
women, lads.
distraction.
We're just appreciating beautiful women,
No,
lads.
never mind. It's fine. I'm not even gonna finish what I'm. It's fine, it's
Anyways,
true.
as you can see, I'm the only one that's sanctified, and you know,
Mr. Righteous.
yeah.
Mr.
That's what
Righteous.
that's what
Good
the
and
girl
pure.
do.
Nah, Arya Starr.
This is killing my vibe, bro. Me, I was about to cook. I was on gear. I had to drop. Let me pick.
You had to turn off the
Nah,
cook
nah,
forever.
you can't. If you still want to drop
No,
it,
I
bro,
don't want to talk.
Don't wanna do
That
it
list
no
is
more.
long, bro.
That's
I can't
crazy,
lie.
bro.
It's
I
just
don't-
people that I find attractive. I don't really think I crush the way I crush anymore because it's like,
Yeah.
what am I crushing for? Like,
You get me? Like
Nah,
that's
man.
how I feel about it. I feel like
who are you? Are you like you're just a man or woman like me? Like you're a human being. Obviously not man.
Freudian slip.
Chill out, boy. You're doing too much. Yeah, like you're like man or woman in the
Oh,
sense
my
of you're a
days.
human being built with skin,
Man, now,
bones,
whoa
and
there,
blood. Chill out, boy. You guys are doing too much. You're doing too much.
Oh boy, nah.
But yeah, I don't
I
know.
want to make
Crushes are a
sure
bit
we
played out.
covered all bases because I
For
don't
this
know when
episode.
next we'll be here, guys.
Nah,
We'll
we'll
be, bro,
back
soon enough,
still,
like, soon
Karen.
enough, innit?
We're back for good stuff. For
100,
sure.
man.
Get me?
That little hiatus, forget about that.
Yeah, man.
Did they notice?
Ushers lock the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
No, my favorite
Close
one
the
is the
doors.
third one. Close the doors. Close the doors.
My only thing is like
Close the
it's
doors.
like
Close the doors.
you wanted 40 grand.
Yeah, bro.
And when he kept on talking, I was trying to do the maths. It was like
Do you remember that video where he's like, "How much money you want?"
8 grand.
He was like,
Sometimes breathe.
"You
bro.
get me?"
40 grand to do what? Is it for like what
Okay,
was the money
okay.
for the church or what?
Maybe I think it could be to fund the conference. I heard I just heard
'Cause he was
that the conference was very expensive, so it was 40 grand towards paying the conference. So it's like the if I'm being honest, objectively, right, the amount might be crazy, but if that's the amount and they need the money, like why
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
they ask?
You
the
should have
church? But
explained
the way
it though.
exactly.
Like obviously, we're only seeing the viral clip. We don't actually obviously
Context,
know what he
yeah.
said before or what he said after. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing about social media. They always clip the most clippable parts. That's just
Yeah,
how the game
true.
works. But it's like, damn, bro, lock the doors. And it's like me. For those that don't know, I used to be a usher growing up.
Only police.
Commander. So it's like, bro, like I know how it feels. Like I've locked the doors before, obviously for different reasons in it, but it's just kind of like, damn, just seems like my thing about churches. I don't like it when people not when people come across too money hungry. It's like
Yeah,
everything has to do with peas. Everything has to like.
So
It's kind of off putting because I remember like there always used to be one particular pastor growing up. I won't say his name, but he always used to come with sub stories asking for money. I don't know.
Some story is crazy.
Every
bro.
sometimes he used to say
Sorrows,
he used to say the same sub story as well every single time, and it's
What
just
was
like,
the story? Like
like there's times where he used to say that he gave away his car to plant the seed, and he used,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about.
You poor
and, no,
Oh,
and he used. I'll say after this. And he used to that he had to give his car away to sow a seed, and he used to have to truck with his children on his back.
yes.
I haven't seen him in a long
he
time.
had enough charisma to convince me, though.
He did. He was
He had
good.
the
He was
charisma,
good.
man.
Like whether like I'm not saying whether what he done was right or wrong. I'm just saying I didn't like it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I get
But it's like he was convincing though.
You get me?
If I had the money them times I was young, I might have.
Yeah, I
given him
used to be
something.
passionate. You lift up chairs.
He was a good performance though. Whether it was performative or not, but he was good at what he was doing. But
Oh,
it's
there
like,
was actually. It's crazy because there was actually a scandal apparently about
my man.
Yeah, apparently my man took money from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how I expect. So what I expect, like
it's good, so that means nobody can fault me for what I'm saying.
It's what I
So
expect.
thank God the what I'm feeling was true.
Yeah,
because I was even thinking, would that happen? What if he's even still
That's how
involved in the church?
Go for me.
That's why he's even still involved in the church. Thank God that he's not.
I just feel like that type of tithing thing is so excessive. Like, even with the Marvin Sapp thing, it was just so excessive.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it tight? Was it so a seed?
It was just so a seed.
So in a seed.
Yeah,
even with tithes, like
Well, I
said
remember
before-
like even actually no, sorry, you talk.
Oh no, you can't. With the tithe thing, like in the Bible, like I think I even said this to you guys previously on call, that it's only out of the 12 tribes of the Israelites, it's only the Levites that are supposed to collect tithes. So any church that does that, like says that it's not really applicable to them. Do you know what I mean?
Even Pastor Adeboye, he only just apologized a few months ago saying that
Is it?
because many years ago he said that if you don't pay your tithe you won't make it to heaven.
That's
But in a few months ago he apologized saying that's not true. That's actually not. It's not like it's not biblically backed.
That's
Do you know what's crazy? I was in a church today, and the pastor said, in the Bible says that you should pay 10% of
your earnings.
Like that's not even what I'm talking about. Like that whole 10% thing and that. Like that's separate, I guess. But it's like for people to say that if you do not pay tithe, if you don't do this or that,
You're not going to heaven is wrong completely. Like whether if you should pay tithe or not, that's a whole different like conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
But you are not going to that's not the reason why you'll go to hell. Do you know what I mean? So
It's religious extremism, boys.
And yeah, again, like
in my opinion,
that's why education, study to show yourself approved. I'm pretty sure the Bible says that one. Yeah.
for real.
I think so.
hopefully, or everything we say will just sound stupid. So, you know what? Leaving that on a high note, lads.
Them ones. It's been a lovely episode. It's lovely to be back. I know we took a little break, but we're back.
Hopefully, you guys noticed. If you guys didn't notice the break, then
I didn't notice you.
look at your head. So,
See this guy.
Sorry, I'm joking.
Don't insult them.
anyways,
any final?
no man, it's been
Other than that,
it's been a pleasure.
it's been
As always.
GT to the world. I'm back.
Yeah.
Bow.
In a bit, guys. Follow, share, like, subscribe, please.
The lies got your head fried like a wonton. Here for the long run. Not here to sing song, we're here for a chit chat. Relax and sit back. No rush. 10 seconds. Snapchat. Rewind. Throwback. New pod on Instagram. Better follow that. I like that. That Spotify. Better add that. I like that.